ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ today is by Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj in Wadahans Rag on Ang 581 of Guru Granth Sahib Ji। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਵਡਹੰਸ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ। ਜਿਨ ਜਗ ਸਿਰਜ ਸਮਾਇਆ ਸੋ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਜਾਣੋ ਵਾ ਸਚੜਾ ਦੂਰ ਨਾ ਭਾਲੀਐ ਘਟ ਘਟ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪਛਾਣੋ ਵਾ ਜਿਨ ਜਗ ਸਿਰਜ ਸਮਾਇਆ ਸੋ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਜਾਣੋ ਵਾ ਸਚੜਾ ਦੂਰ ਨਾ ਭਾਲੀਐ ਘਟ ਘਟ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪਛਾਣੋ ਵਾ ਸੱਚ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪਛਾਣੋ ਦੂਰ ਨ ਜਾਣੋ ਜਿਨ ਇਹ ਰਚਨਾ ਰਾਚੀ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਏ ਤਾ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਏ ਬਿਨ ਨਾਵੈ ਪਿੜ ਕਾਚੀ ਜਿਨ ਥਾਪੀ ਬਿਦ ਜਾਣੈ ਸੋਈ ਕਿਆ ਕੋ ਕਹਿ ਵਖਾਣੋ ਜਿਨ ਜਗ ਥਾਪ ਵਤਾਇਆ ਜਾਲੋ ਸੋ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਪਰਵਾਣੋ ਬਾਬਾ ਆਇਆ ਹੈ ਉੱਠ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਅਦ ਪੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਸੰਸਾਰੋ ਵਾ ਸਿਰ ਸਿਰ ਸਚੜੈ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਦੁਖ ਸੁਖ ਪੁਰਬ ਵਿਚਾਰੋ ਵਾ ਦੁਖ ਸੁਖ ਦੀਆ ਜਿਹਾ ਕੀਆ ਸੋ ਨਿਭੈ ਜੀ ਨਾਲੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਕਰਮ ਕਰਾਏ ਕਰਤਾ ਦੂਜੀ ਕਾਰ ਨਾ ਭਾਲੇ ਆਪ ਨਿਰਾਲਮ ਤੰਦ ਹੈ ਬਾਦੀ ਕਰ ਹੁਕਮ ਛਡਾਵਣ ਹਾਰੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਕਰਦਿਆਂ ਕਿਆਲ ਵਿਆਪੈ ਦੂਜੈ ਭਾਏ ਵਿਕਾਰੋ ਜਮ ਮਾਰਗ ਪੰਥ ਨ ਸੁਝਈ ਉੱਜੜ ਅੰਧ ਗੁਬਾਰੋ ਵਾ ਨਾ ਜਲ ਲੇਫਤ ਲਾਈਆਂ ਨਾ ਭੋਜਨ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰੋ ਵਾ ਭੋਜਨ ਭਾਉ ਨ ਠੰਡਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਨਾ ਕਾਪੜ ਸੀਗਾਰੋ ਗਲ ਸੰਗਲ ਸਿਰ ਮਾਰੇ ਊਬਾਓ ਨਾ ਦੀਸੈ ਘਰ ਬਾਰੋ ਇਬ ਕੇ ਰਾਹੇ ਜੰਮਨ ਨਾਹੀ ਪਛਤਾਣੇ ਸਿਰ ਭਾਰੋ ਬਿਨ ਸਾਚੇ ਕੋ ਬੇਲੀ ਨਾਹੀ ਸਾਚਾ ਇਹੋ ਵਿਚਾਰੋ ਬਾਬਾ ਰੋਵਹਿ ਰਵਹਿ ਸੋ ਜਾਣੀਐ ਮਿਲ ਰੋਵੈ ਗੁਣ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਾ ਰੋਵੈ ਮਾਇਆ ਮੁਠੜੀ ਧੰਤੜਾ ਰੋਵਣ ਹਾਰੇ ਵਾ ਧੰਦਾ ਰੋਵੈ ਮੈਲ ਨ ਧੋਵੈ ਸੁਪਨੰਤਰ ਸੰਸਾਰੋ ਜਿਉ ਬਾਜੀ ਕਰ ਭਰਮੈ ਭੂਲੈ ਝੂਠ ਮੁਠੀ ਅਹੰਕਾਰੋ ਆਪੇ ਮਾਰਗ ਪਾਵਨ ਹਾਰਾ ਆਪੇ ਕਰਮ ਕਮਾਏ ਨਾਮ ਰਤੇ ਗੁਰ ਪੂਰੈ ਰਾਖੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਹਜ ਸੁਭਾਏ ਆਪੇ ਮਾਰਗ ਪਾਵਨ ਹਾਰਾ ਆਪੇ ਕਰਮ ਕਮਾਏ ਨਾਮ ਰਤੇ ਗੁਰ ਪੂਰੈ ਰਾਖੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਹਜ ਸੁਭਾਏ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ blessing us in Wadahans Rag today. ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, the Shabad from today is from the Baniya, which is given the title Alahaniya by Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Bhai Sahib Veer Singh Ji writes, the word Alahaniya comes from Sanskrit language and that it means alapana. Alapana means to sing in various tunes and on various scales. The Guru Pyareo Bhai Sahib Ji writes that this topic, that this type of singing under Alahaniya was associated especially with the time when someone in the family would pass away and the women of the household and of that village or city or town would gather together and they would cry, but almost with a tune. In India and some places today even you can see it where the women gather together and they cry almost in tune with each other. The Guru Pyareo Bhai Sahib Ji writes that Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj took this way of singing which increased the pain. When someone died, there would already be pain that someone's left this world. But on top of that, when the women would cry and they would sing out, they would increase the pain that was being felt. More people would be crying. And Bhai Sahib Veer Singh writes, it's as if those songs were making the wounds even deeper. The wounds of that time that people were feeling emotionally, they would make them deeper. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj took that style, that Alahaniya, and Bhai Sahib Ji writes that Guru Sahib Ji has heal those wounds. Guru Sahib Ji's Alaniya heals the wounds which are upon our soul, which are made by attachment, anger, greed, ego, hatred. All of those wounds made by those 5 thieves within us. Kaam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar, desire, anger, attachment, greed, and ego. All of those wounds are being healed by Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. And instead of pining for a human being who has become dust, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj pined instead in Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Alaniya. Guru Sahib Ji pines for Akal Purkh, for Waheguru, and urges the soul bride to follow the will, the hukam. Urges the human being, the soul, to follow the hukam, the command of God. Guru Maharaj Ji begins today's Sri Mukhwak. Guru Sahib Ji says, Jin jag sirj samaya, so sahib kudrat janova. Jin jag sirj samaya. The Guru Pyareo, in Sikhi there is this concept that Waheguru who has sirj, who has created this jag, this world, Waheguru has not created this world and left for another heaven. No, Guru Pyareo, Waheguru has created this world, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says samaya. Samaya means to be permeating through this world. Not only has God made this world, but God lives in this world. Just as Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj tells us in Asa Diwar, Eho jag sachai ki hai kothadi sache ka vijwas. This world is the dwelling place of the Lord, Guru Angad Dev Ji tells us. And in the same way, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is explaining to us today, O people of the world, Waheguru has created this world, Siraj has created this world, but his samaya is permeating through all. So sahib kudrat janova. The Guru Pyareo, these lines here, these tukan of Gurbani, have been translated and interpreted in many ways. Some have translated this to mean So Sahib, that Lord God Master, Waheguru himself, alone Janova knows the extent of his qudrat, of his power, creative power. Others have translated, as Professor Sahib Singh Ji has, that the creative power of God, that Shakti, that energy of God is under God's power. He alone has power over that, control over that. And Bhai Sahib Veer Singh Ji writes that Janova, O human being, O soul, Janova, come to know, come to experience God through his qudrat, through his nature, through this beauty around us. Sachra dur na paliya, ghat ghat sabd pachanova. Sachra, that one true Akal Purkh, dur na paliya, do not look, do not search for that Waheguru to be dur, to be far away. Ghat ghat sabd pachanova. Recognize, pachanova means to understand, to realize that in each heart, ghat ghat means in each and every single heart that beats upon this earth, in each place, in all places, at all times, the rhythm of God's Shabad, of that unending rhythm of God's name is beating through every single being upon this earth and through every single place upon this earth. And those people who meditate upon the Guru's Naam, upon the Waheguru Mantra, they will come to understand this Pachanova, will come to see that Waheguru is in ghat ghat in each and every heart and soul. Sach sabd pachan ho, dur na jaan ho, jin eh rachna rachi. That one Waheguru Akal Purkh, who is the eternal truth, pachan ho, come to realize the Waheguru Ji Akal Purkh through the Guru's Shabad, through the Guru's Bani, through the Guru's words, through meditating upon the Naam, the Gur Mantra given to us by the Guru. Dur na jaan ho. Do not think that God, and do not know that God is far away. God is with you at all times. Jin eh rachna rachi, the one who created this rachna, this world. And Guru Sahib Ji's Naam te aaye, those people who meditate upon the Naam, ta sukh paye. They will receive true peace, true happiness. Bin nava pid kachi. Without the name of God, this pid, this game that we play, we will lose. Pid kachi means, kachi literally means that which easily breaks. And in this case, what it comes to mean is this pid, this game of the life that we're playing. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj in this very small talk is drawing a very big picture of a human being's life as being a game that we have come here to win. Govind Milki Ihtari Bariya, Guru Arjan Dev Ji says, this is your chance to meet God. Bin nava, but without the name of God, Ped Kachi, you will lose this game, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says. Jin thapi bid jana soi, kya ko kahe vakhano. Jin thapi, the one who thapi, who created this world, bid jana soi. Only he knows the extent. Bid, I'm translating it to mean extent. The extent of his power, the extent of his creation, only Vaheguru knows. Kya ko kahe vakhano. Kya ko, what can anyone kahe, speak of, vakhano. What can anyone describe? We can only describe what we see, what is within our grasp. But Vaheguru Ji's creation is limitless. Jin jag thap vitaya jado so sahe parvano. The Akal Purkh, who has thap, who's created this jug, this world, vataya jado. Jado means a net. And who has cast over the world this net of attachment. So sahe parvano. Accept and worship that one Akal Purkh as your Sahib, as your Lord and Master. Now what is Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj saying in this first part of the Shabad? Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is saying this to us. O human being, do not try and find the end of God. Do not try and find the limits of God. Many people say, we'll find out how this was done. We'll find out how things will end or how things were created. Gurmukh Pyareo, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says, instead of falling into those questions, instead meditate upon that one Akal Purkh. And know this, only he knows the extents of his creation. He is beyond, he is limitless. We will never be able to find his creation's limits. Baba aaya hai ut chalana. O human being, Baba, that's a way of calling out to us. O being, aaya hai, you've come onto this earth, ut chalana, only to get up, ut, and chalana, to get up and depart. Ad panda hai sansarova. This sansar, this world, is ad panda. Ad panda means do not think this is your destination. This is just a part of the path. This is like a halfway point. This is not your destination, this earth. Your destination is Sachkhand, the abode of the formless God. That is your destination. This world is just a path. It is just part of the journey. Sir sir sachda likhya Dokh sokh purba vicharova. Sir sir, upon each and every person's head, that Sachada, that one Akal Purkh, that true Lord, has likhya, has written the destiny. Dokh sokh, dokh pain, and sokh happiness. Purba vicharova. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says that eternal Akal Purkh has written their destiny according to Purb, according to their actions of their past lives. The pain and the happiness we were receiving is a result of those good and bad actions. Dokh sukh diya, jeha kiya. Dokh sukh diya. Yes, we get pain and we get happiness. Jeha kiya. But they are the results of our actions. So nibha ji na le. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says, remember this, whatever you do, your actions, they will nibha, they will remain with you. Ji na le. Whether your actions are good or bad, they will remain with you even when you leave this earth. Because you will have to live out the fruit of your actions. Jehe karm karaye karta, duji kar na pale. The Guru Pyareo, those people who come to understand this, jehe karm karaye karta, those karm, those actions which Vaheguruji wants us to do, those people, those Gursikhs, those followers of the Guru, they follow those actions. Duji kar na pale, they do not look around. Pale means to look around, to search for duji kar, for any other actions, for any other thing to do. Kar means action to do. Instead, they follow what the Guru says, the Guru's hukams, the Guru's will. Aap niralam tandai badi. And Guru Sahib Ji says, whilst all of this is going on, do not think that God is getting caught up in any of this. Aap niralam. Vaheguru is detached from everything himself. Tandai badi. But this whole world is badi, is bound down and is entangled in all of these various affairs and conflicts going on. Kar hukum shadavan haro. But through his hukum, through his command, he is the one who can shadavan haro, who can liberate us. Aj kal kardiyan kaal byapai, dujai bhai vikaro. And whilst Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is explaining to us, our mind, what is it thinking? Oh, okay, I'll do Simran today then. Oh, I'll do Simran a little bit later on. I'll do Simran tomorrow. I'll start doing Path and reading Gurbani tomorrow or the day after. Aj kal kardiyan kaal byapai. Guru Sahib Ji is telling us that if you leave something to kal, to tomorrow, that kal will ultimately become kal, which means death. If you keep putting off doing Simran, one day we're going to die, Guru Sahib Ji says. Aj kal kardiyan kaal byapai. If we say, oh, we'll do it later, we'll do it tomorrow, one day death will engulf us. Dujai bhai vikaro. The Guru Pyareo, why are we putting off doing Simran? Because we have dujai bhai, we have this love inside us of vikaro, of greed, of anger, of attachment, of lust, of all of these desires. They are what we are attached to, entangled with. Jam marg panth na sujjai. Ujjad and gubaro va. Those people who die, and who are engulfed in the love of the world, of worldly attachments, Jam marg panth na sujjai, on the path of Jam, of death, they will not be able to see the pathway. Panth na sujjai, they will not know where to go. Ujjad and gubarova. It is ujjad, it is completely ruined, that path. And gubarova, the deepest, darkest, most dismal of places. Na jal lef tulaiyan, na bhojan prakarova. When you die, there will be no water for you. There will be no quilts, no mattresses, no pillows. Lef tulaiyan, na bhojan prakarova. And there will not be food of various prakarova, various types. Bhojan pao na thanda pani. There will be no food, no people to honour you, pao na thanda pani. And no cool, thirst-quenching water. Na kapad sigaro. And none of these clothes or decorations will go with you. Gala sangala sir mare ubao. Instead, the messengers of death will be standing there with chains of attachment which you have bound yourself in whilst being alive. And the messengers of death will stand there, sir ubao, above your head. Na disai kar baro. And na disai kar baro means you will not see any homes or places of residence where you can hide on this path. Ibke rahe jamman nahi. And on that path, if you try and plant any seeds of good actions, of bhakti, devotional worship, seva, selfless service, jamman nahi. They will not sprout. Pashtane sir paro. Instead, you will pashtane, you will regret about the weight which you have to carry upon your sir, upon your head, the weight of all of our evil actions, the weight of all of the slander of other people that we have done. And ibke rahe jamman nahi means you cannot plant those seeds of seva, of selfless service, bhakti, devotion, worship, simran, meditation. You cannot do that once you leave this world. This world, the breath you have in your lungs now, that is the chance you have to meditate upon God. Bin sache ko beli nahi. Without that one eternal true Vaheguru, there is no beli, there is no other friend. Sacha eho bicharo. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says, this is the truth that you must hang on to. This bicharo, this knowledge is the truth. Baba rov hai, rav hai, so janiye hai. Mehl rov hai, gun sare va. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is talking about two types of crying here. In this first talk, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says, Baba rov hai, rav hai, so janiye hai. Those souls, Maharaji says that Baba ro hai, the true wails and the true crying is of those people who rava hai, who meditate upon Akal Purkh, so janiye hai. Those people who cry out of that separation from God, who cry in true Bairag. Bairag means to have the understanding of that separation, who feel that separation from God and who cry out and who do simran, who do meditation, and they cry out yearning for that union with Akal Purkh, so janiye hai. Those souls are honoured in this world and the next. Mil rove gun sare va. They join together and they rove. Rove means to cry out God's name, they sing God's name. Gun sare va. And they sare va. They sing the gun, the praise of Akal Purkh. Rova maya muthadi tantada rovan hareva. On the other hand, the human being who hasn't done simran, rova, he cries out for maya, for worldly goods and worldly material goods. Tantada rovan hareva. And entangled in these conflicts and affairs and actions of the world, he cries out, Tanda rova Mehl na tova. He cries out for these worldly things. Mehl na tova. And this way the Mehl, the dirt of many past lifetimes which is built up upon the soul, cannot be tova, cannot be washed. Supanantar sansaro. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says that this world is only supanantar, is only a dream. Jo bajigar par main phule, jhoot muthi ahankaro. Just like someone watching the show of a bajigar. Now, bajigars were people who you could equate with travelling circus type people. They'd put on a drama, put on a play, and in that play, they'd pretend to be various people. Now, if I sat there watching the drama and I thought this drama is it, this is life, or in a modern context, you can say people who are watching soaps on TV, they get so addicted and so stuck up in these people's lives, so engrossed, they forget the real world. In the same way, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says that this world is like the drama being put on by those circus people. But this soul is parmapule, is deluded by doubt. And this soul thinks that this drama is going to go on forever. And what happens? Jhoot muthi ahankaro. We are deceived by this falsehood of the world and ahankaro, by our own ego. Ape marg pavanhara. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj tells us Vaheguru himself is the one who can pavanhara, who can put us upon the path, marg. Ape karm kamai. Vaheguru himself is the doer of all deeds. Naam rate gur pura rakhe. Those people who colour themselves in the name of God, the perfect Guru, the eternal Guru, rakhe, saves them. Nanak Sahaj Subai. Sadguru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj tells us that this is the effortless subai, effortless nature of God, that those who meditate upon Akal Purkh, Waheguru Ji saves them. So Guru Pyareo, even though Guru Ji is talking about leaving this world, even though Guru Ji is talking about all of those ways in which we are deluded by doubt, Guru Ji gives us his guiding light and says, "O human being, instead of looking at this world and falling into false attachments, look at this world and remember Akal Purkh. Remember that Sacha, that one eternal truth, who will go with you beyond the grave. Ape marg pavan hara, ape karm kamaye, namrte gur pura rakhe, nanak sahaj subhaye." Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh.